Hey guys, today's video is from Akimbear, and this is the first and last game release on every single console. Trip down memory lane today. Let's have a look. So we got the 2600, and this is Combat. 1977. You know, I'm going to tell you the truth, this looks a lot more interesting than a lot of later games that came out in the Atari. A nice, different game to play at the time, apart from Pong, I suppose. I'd like to go driving around, shooting my friend who's got the other controller. With that being said, it does look a little bit slow-paced. And Mr. Run and Jump. So these are supposed to be official releases. I didn't realize official releases were still coming out this late. In Australia, the last official releases I saw for Atari were like early 90s, I think. You know, that Activision stuff. But I mean, this looks okay. I mean, where were they still officially releasing Atari 2600 games? Let me know. Alright, so we got auto racing for the Intellivision. Never owned an Intellivision. I do have that Intellivision collection on the PlayStation 2. But I admit I've not really played any of the games on it, if I'm going to tell you the honest darn truth. But yeah. Looks like a pretty cool sort of like game for the time. I mean, 1980 looks better than some arcade games. Sounds like an ear saw. And then volleyball in 1989. So the Intellivision had about a 10-year lifespan, hey? If you're in Australia, let me know if you had an Intellivision. I don't remember really seeing any of these games, hey? This looks pretty primitive for 1989, considering all the cool stuff we had on NES, though. And clunky, too. Very sluggish. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think the first time I ever played Breakout was on like a 286 computer. This is on the, what, Atari 5200, or the abomination of Atari apart from the Jaguar. Alright, fair enough, 1982. Arkanoid just took this to another level. I was never very good at this type of genre. And then we got Gremlins in 1986. Yeah, 5200, sorry, had a pretty low shelf life. Did AVGN review this game? This one graphically doesn't look that bad. I mean, graphically, this looks way better than anything on the 2600. Oh, you got David and Gizmo there running around. It looks interesting. I would actually like to try this. Maybe it looks better than what it is. Okay. So, I'm a little bit confused, but the Sega SG-1000, okay, so I think in the West we had the 3000, aka the Master System, but I think Sega Japan, had a couple rungs down before that, the 1000 and the 2000, where the games were a little bit more primitive, didn't quite look as good. This is where it all began for the home consoles on Sega. Okay, you kind of got this, like, Pitfall-looking guy here. He's like an adventurer. This sort of gameplay loop reminds me of Dig Dug 2. I'm sure it probably plays a little bit differently. But, I mean, okay, this doesn't look too bad. I'm not really following what's happening. And then the last game for the Sega SG-1000. Loreto no Shozo, Sherlock Holmes. So is this like a point-and-click adventure game? Oh yeah, kind of looks like a text-based game. Okay. But it doesn't look too bad. I mean, already this kind of style was dated by then, though. I mean, you'd probably see plenty of these kind of games still on Amiga or PC. Alright, so this is the first game ever released on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So the Famicom in Japan. So Donkey Kong in 83. This was the first one, huh? I mean, I'm not going to lie, what a banger release. I mean, there's certainly worse games you could play. This was fantastic. Love the NES port. I would argue it's even better than the arcade games, to be honest. And then the last game was in 1995, Lion King. Yeah, the last games I ever saw were like around 1994. Didn't realize it was the Lion King. Okay. I mean, I thought the 16-bit versions were bad. This kind of looks like arse, if I'm going to tell you the truth. I just don't like the Lion King games in general. Cartoon's absolutely fantastic, though. Can't take that away. Okay. So, this is when we finally got the main Master System. And this is the Snail Maze game. And basically, it was the built-in game for the very, very first Master System. Obviously, the Master System 2 Had Alex Kidd and Miracle World, a couple other games. Original Master System was only built in with this Snail Maze game. I loved it back in the day. Pretty basic. I mean, I kind of had this thing between, like, the ages of about, like, 7 and 10 where I'd go to the news agency. Remember those? And I'd get those maze exercise books. I just love solving mazes. I prefer to do that over connect the dots. But I love the music. It's just such an ear-saw. And then we had Legend of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse in 98? Bro, that's impressive. You know, I think Brazil to this day, or at least until recently, was bringing out games on Master System, but I think that was like Tech Toy or Toy Tech or whatever. So they're probably not official releases, but apparently Brazil still has a culture for Sega Master System. If you're from Brazil, let me know. This looks pretty good. 1998. I do remember them selling Master System games well into the 90s as well, just like NES. Used to see them at the Target, the Kmart, whatever. Okay, so this is I love this game. Well, obviously, frame rate wise, doesn't hold up as well as some other 3D games, but it's beautiful. It's just a great on-the-rail shooter. And, well, it's not even really on the rails, to be honest. You actually get free roam on the screen. But I guess it's semi on the rails. But I love Space Harrier. I play all the games regularly. Still stream that. And then they actually officially released Frogger on Sega Genesis as the last ever release. This looks like a pretty arcade faithful port, actually. Wow, this looks really good. I'm surprised that this was the last game. I thought it might have been a FIFA or something. I think they were bringing out FIFA games on Genesis till about 98. But yeah, apparently that's a last official release. So, and look at this, man. I've always, because I think we got the Super Nintendo a little bit later in Australia. So, like 91, maybe start of 92, at least from my memory. But the fact that Super Mario World came out in 1990, I mean, this game is just still so incredible. But for its time, what an amazing console experience. And I mean, everyone knows what Super Mario World is, man. But, you know, the colors, the gameplay. I mean, you put this side by side to Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES, which only came out a year and a half beforehand. I mean, it makes it look that game look like a piece of crap. And it's certainly not. I love Mario 3. But yeah, man, what an experience. It's so vibrant. Hello, Super Nintendo. And then the last game officially released is some text-based RPG motherfucker game here, apparently. I don't know what the hell this is. It's in Japanese. Maybe translate for us in the chat. Graphics kind of look nice. It's sort of like that anime Sailor Moon style. I wonder if it's a visual novel. I don't know. Alright, so next we got the Sega Saturn, and so this is Virtua Fighter. Oh, what a game. You see, I don't know if Sega got complacent. I don't think they deliberately did, because I always considered Sega to be the king of, like, the arcades from, like, the mid-80s until, like, the early 90s. You know, other games came and went, because consistently speaking, I mean, Sega always had, like, revolutionary experiences. And then they came out with all these games like Virtual Racer and, like, Daytona USA Virtua Fighter. And then Namco came along, and they were like, hey guys, hold my beer. And they just pulled like Tekken out of their ass, Ridge Racer out of their ass, and Point Blank and all these other experiences. And probably kept Sega on their toes for a little while. But as you guys know, today Sega's absolutely fantastic still. Love Sega. Absolutely love Sega. But yes, I mean, this game was fun for a while. Had absolutely nothing on Tekken though. Yeah, this is the first game on Sega Saturn. Good one to start with. And the last one was Final Fight Revenge. Oh, yeah, this... I think I played the arcade version of this. This game looks nice, I'm not gonna lie. But it's a clunky mess. It's balls. The videos look way better than what it is, trust me. You're looking at the videos now, seeing all the special moves, it actually looks quite fun. It isn't. And what a letdown, too, because I'm a big Final Fight guy as well. PlayStation 1, the first game was Ridge Racer. In 93? Really? I mean, I didn't get our PlayStation 1 until the end of 96. I know the game started pouring in for that in 95. I didn't realize it got released in Japan in 93. This was the first game? Wow, man, look how nice this looks. I mean, this is obviously cleaned up. Maybe this is on, like, some sprite scaling on emulation. I'm not going to hold you guys against that. But, yeah, man, I actually bought Tomb Raider, but I didn't have a memory card at the time, so I swapped that back and I got a golf game and I got Ridge Racer. And then when I finally got a memory card, I got Tomb Raider back. But, yeah, Ridge Racer was just great arcadey fun. Now we got Special Forces Bioterror. That was the last game officially released on PlayStation 1. Kind of like a little bit of a Metal Slug style game. Maybe kind of not as frantic, maybe a little bit more platformy in here, I don't know. It kind of looks like a, I mean, not a Wish version of Metal Slug, but it's hardly hectic. Kind of missing an edge. Alright, so we got Nintendo 64 here now. Super Mario 64. Don't really need to talk too much about Mario 64. This is one game I regret not learning how to play a little bit more. Compared to other Nintendo 64 games as well, at least you had some kind of control over the camera. Most Nintendo 64 3D games drove me nuts. My friends, this was one of the good ones. And then we had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. That was a good entry. I used to play that at my friend's house. In the mid-2000s, I only had the PlayStation 1 still, but it didn't matter. And but that was on the PlayStation 2. I always thought they looked better on the Nintendo 64, but missed some of those full motion video, I guess, bonuses, so to speak. But what do we got now? Virtual Fighter 3 TB. Oh, on the Dreamcast. Oh, this was the first one, end of 98. Wow. Dude, now let this sink in, guys. I forgot that in some regions a Dreamcast came out in the end of 98. I think I got mine in the end of 99 or start of 2000. Already late. But when you think that some games that were on the Dreamcast were also on the PlayStation 2 and the Dreamcast versions looked better. For example, Tokyo Highway Battle, Code Veronica. Man, this machine is really ahead of its time. It's a shame that Sega just kind of lost their way for a bit. There's no universe that the Dreamcast should have flopped like it did. And it's a real shame. We got Nicaros. Is that how you say this? It looks like an arcade shooter, but kind of like a semi-cartoon style. I mean, it looks cool, I guess, if you like shooters. I mean, I'm not going to lie, this one wouldn't keep me that interested for that long. Apparently, this was an official release in 2007. 2007. I mean, this console had been dead for 5 years at that point. Now, this is the first ever game on PlayStation 2 Eternal Ring. I'm going to tell you the truth, I don't know this one. I don't know this one. But it's kind of got like dungeon crawling and stuff. I like that. I love these old school dungeon crawlers, but it looks like you attack in real time. Yeah, that's cool.
That's a good one.
And so the last game on PlayStation 2 was FIFA 14 Legacy Edition, right? Yeah, wow, that's incredible. I mean, nearly a 15-year life cycle on the PlayStation 2, respect. I don't know if there's a console that's had a life cycle that big. I mean, I think we're pretty close with the PlayStation 4. When did that come out? End of 2013? They'll probably, yeah, I mean, the PlayStation 4 will probably rival PlayStation 2 for relevancy. But, wow. This game looks amazing for a PS2 game. This is obviously being emulated, but even so. Now we've got Luigi's Mansion. That was the first ever GameCube game. Man, this is a wonderful Ghostbusters-like experience. It's a shame that it's a little bit slow-paced, I think, in my opinion, in 2025 for streaming on my channel. And I feel like the immersion got broken up a little bit by too many text boxes. I don't really feel like Nintendo does a good job in their first-party games trying to run a story. I can't stand it. But here we go. This is the last GameCube game in 2007. Damn, man. It's a shame GameCube didn't last longer. This is a nice-looking Madden game. A lot of people still say that the 2000s was the golden age for this franchise. I can't really have too much of an opinion, but I do hear these earlier Madden games still get modded even today. So I got my Xbox original around the time that well, I got mine in 2002 actually. So, and mine actually got I bought Halo with it, and then I also had an included double disc that had Sega GT, I think it was 2000, and Jet Set Radio, I think. So some cool games, opened with some Sega games on it. But Halo's fantastic. I don't need to talk about Halo. What an immersive space shooter. Still holds up the original, you know. And then the last game on Xbox original was all the way back in 2008. I think the Xbox Live went for like 3 years after this, actually. But, wow, I tell you what, PlayStation 2 just kept going on and on like the Energizer Bunny compared to Xbox. Alright, so what do we got? The first game on Xbox 360 was Call of Duty 2. Yeah, I'm not really that familiar with the ones that this sold, to be honest. It's a nice looking game. My first Call of Duty game was actually Black Ops, but I did go back and have a look at the older ones. Pretty cool looking game, 2005 Xbox 360. It does a pretty good job showing what the later generation can do. And then the last game, Just Dance, like 2019. Aren't they still bringing out Just Dance games for the Wii systems? I heard that they were, at least until recently. Where are they being listed and who's buying them? But here we go, Just Dance 2019, alright. There's some good beats on here, to be honest. I can't dance to save my life. I like the music though. So the first game on PlayStation 3 was, I thought it was Killzone. Oh no, that might have been on the PS4. So Resistance, Fall of Man. Okay, you know I've always had this in my collection and never tried it. I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty sweet. This looks really good. How have I not tried this game? Even now, what, 2006? It's only 20 years old? That game looks... Oh, Shakedown Hawaii. I kind of want to play this game. I've owned this for ages on PC, though. So what, 2020? It's like a Grand Theft Auto-y kind of original top-down game. You've also got business management in it as well, apparently. Hence the shakedowns and the fronts and everything. Kind of looks cool. Maybe I will have to try this. Let me know if you want me to try Shakedown Miami in the chat. You know, they always said that the Nintendo Wii is the world's most successful beer coaster. I remember Rich from Review Tech actually said that many years ago. Because everyone bought a Nintendo Wii, I think. And I'm talking casuals, not gamers. Gamers wanted to play the Zeldas and the Marios and everything like that. But every non-gamer bought a Nintendo Wii for the sole reason to get Wii Sports and to play bowling with their friends. And then after that gimmick was done, it just became a beer coaster for like the next 5 years, right? Yeah, most successful beer coaster. I agree with Rich on that one. And but what a great package of games it was. And boxing was a bit clunky, but you know, golf, baseball, and everything. I also had the Wii Motion Plus. I put so much time into freaking Tiger Woods 2010. Oh, that was a great online game. And then the last game on Wii, 2020 Retro City Rampage, which coincidentally is the game before Shakedown Hawaii that you just saw. It's in the same franchise, so it's like a Grand Theft Auto 1 style game. Maybe worth a try sometime. I'll have to check it out. Looks kind of cool. Basic, but fun. Alright, so now we got the Wii U. And this is, yeah, Super Mario U. And, you know, obviously got re-released on the Switch. Look, this is fine. I just kind of found it... I don't want to say soulless, but I just felt like it was a run-of-the-mill Mario game that didn't do anything to innovate or bring anything new. And it's sometimes just a matter of good level design. I hate the ice power-up, man. And now we got Silver Falls. Right, so this looks like a top-down survival game. I've got a few of these style games on Steam. They're cool. I love these. They're cool, man. Never played Silver Falls, so keen to have a look, although I have a feeling this was digital only. And Killzone, there you go, yeah, so this Killzone was the first game on PS4. I got mine on launch in November, release day. I remember the guy at the EB Games in Australia was so stressed out because everyone was trying to get it as early as possible, and probably one of the more unorganised console launches I was ever part of. But I got mine on release day in November, and yeah, alright, Killzone. Never really played that one. And then the last game to be released as of upload date was Funko Fusion. I think they're still out there. So it looks like this video is about 8 months old. Fair enough. Funko Fusion. So it's like a Funko Pops game. So it's kind of neat. I mean, it's probably not as fun as what it looks. Ah, so I've got this on my Steam account and still haven't played it. I just like this because it's like gladiatorial kind of looking, I suppose. And graphically it looks pretty nice, but obviously the attention to detail now, like 11 years on, is even better than this. Yeah, maybe I'll have to give this a try sometime. Sometimes you just need a mindless hacky-slashy game. And so this is the last game to be released on the Xbox One as of this video, Shadows of the Dare.
This place is full of deceptions and dirty.
Is this a... I feel like this was released a generation down as well, but maybe I'm misremembering. I mean, it looks... You know what? The graphics kind of look basic, but at the same time, it looks like it'd be fun to play. Here we go. Breath of the Wild. Alright, well, what an experience. Yeah, I've always enjoyed my time in this. Very, very easy to get lost in the Breath of the Wild world. Outside of Ocarina, I'm not really into 3D Zelda. I'm just not a puzzle problem-solving guy when it comes to my game. I've got a problem solve my life. I don't have time to do it in my video games. But the time I spent on this, wonderful experience. And then the last game on the Xbox Series XS. Oh, they're not going to show us the last game on the Switch? Alright, whatever. So this is the first game on the Series X, Valhalla. Yeah, I ended up getting this on the PS4, so I have to get the upgrade for PS5. You know, I bought this game and never played it. Yeah, I know, what a waste, right? And this is the first game on the PS5, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Again, had to get the upgrade, got it on the PS4. I love these games, they're fantastic, but the problem is the buttons are so sophisticated that if you don't play for a couple weeks, you have to learn and get used to the buttons all over again. That pisses me off, hey. But this is a video from Akimbear. Please don't forget to check him out. This has been a wonderful video and trip down memory lane. And yeah, thank you for watching my reaction, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.